Good morning, traders. How's it going? Happy Friday. You guys ready for a good one? Ready for a good day? I am. Double checking financial dues. Some of the stuff got canceled. It looks like the Michigan sentiment is still out at 10 o'clock Eastern, even with the government shutdown. So we'll watch out for that at 10 o'clock, about 30 minutes after the open. Good morning, everyone. I love seeing you guys all hopping in the chat. Cool. What do you guys think today? We going for another all-time high, or is this thing going to finally correct a little bit? So my thoughts when I laid out my game plan last night was this level right here, this gray shaded level from like 250-ish to 235 to 250. If we held that support, then I was thinking we would get some long continuation, and that's where it bounced with the London low. So too bad I wasn't awake at that time of morning. So it'll be interesting to see how the open goes. If we maybe come down to this London low and like get a little liquidity sweep and we bounce here, then I would be looking for longs. Or possibly the reverse could happen too. We could grab that liquidity from the overnight and then head lower. So those would kind of be the scenarios I'd be watching for in the open. We shall see. Yartex, I messaged in the Discord, but let me show you real quick. I think I wanted to show you, right click on this price scale over here, and where it says lines, go to price line. Do you have that checked? If not, that might be the issue. See if that works. We are getting a little rejection here at VWAP. Let's go back to the right chart. So the blue line is VWAP. It's kind of pulling back from there. You see the line, but you don't see the label. Like you want it to show the red highlight on the right side. Is that what you're talking about? So the labels that I have checked, symbol, last price label, indicators, and no overlapping. I don't know. You can check and compare to yours. Good morning, Nick. So I have this high volume node up here at 25,330 that was holding as resistance last night and has been pretty decent resistance this morning. That's where we came up on that last push and rejected from there. Got a little bounce. Now we're pulling back at VWAP. So kind of looking like it wants to go down more, but obviously with the market opening in 6 minutes, that could all change rather quickly. If we're looking at a correction today, big downside targets, either like previous day low could obviously be a good bounce, but somewhere in this 25, 120 area would be kind of what I'm watching for. But that's obviously if that happens. We could also have the bullish scenario. One thing you could do too, Yartex, is if you had it before and now you don't have it, you could always just reset the layout of your chart. So in the top, this little arrow right here, can you see that on my screen? The top arrow, it says reset layout, and that'll kind of just go back to the original settings. You could try that. All right, market's open in a couple minutes. What's everyone doing this weekend? Anything fun, you guys? We normally have soccer, but we don't this weekend. Our little town has a fair that comes during the fall. It's about 10 days, and it starts with a parade. So they kind of shut down the whole town and do the parade tomorrow morning, and then the fair. So we probably won't go to the parade just because that's... but we'll go to the fair. One of my kids has an art project on display, so we'll go check that out. And then they have little wristbands that you can buy for unlimited pass rides. So we'll probably do that sometime this weekend. Oh, it's Thanksgiving for you. That's fun. I know what you're doing then. Lots of food. A relaxing weekend at home. It's been a while. I feel that. Sometimes, especially if with kids and just busyness, like go, go, go. So sometimes having a weekend where you have nothing on the calendar and you just like hang out at home, that can be nice. We actually we have a trailer, like a travel trailer that we rent out. It's kind of like Airbnb, but for trailers. And a lady who's running it this week is actually on the executive board for that fair I was talking about. And I was telling her like, oh, we'll probably go. And she's like, hey, let me know when you go. I can get you some ride passes. I was like, cool. That'll be fun. All right, market's opening in about a minute. Let's see what happens. Oh, your kid's away for the weekend, so your text is going to be taking a nap. That's what you're going to be doing. All right, market's open. It's rejecting VWAP so far. Let's see if we get continuation down. Pretty choppy so far. Wow, pretty big move up. All right, let's see what happens at these overnight highs. Asia high is sitting at about 25,356. So if there's some selling pressure at that point, we could possibly take a short. But we'll see what happens because it's still early. It could just blow right through that with the amount of volume it's going with. Coming up to London high, pulling back a little bit. It rejected London high. Wondering if it's going to come up to Asia high or if it's rejecting from here. Still have another minute on this 5-minute candle. Let's see how it closes. A box of death. Is that what you mean by the range, kinda? Man, so it is rejecting from that London high. I would have liked to see it come up to Asia high before potentially taking a short. So not entering here. Keep going up a little more. Yeah, Yartex, I do erase most of the lines, like yesterday's London high, Asia high, all that stuff. Doesn't really matter anymore. And then like previous session, point of control, value area high and stuff. A lot of times those will end up showing up in these high volume node gray areas that I mark off. So I usually do erase those. All right, so it got that rejection from London high, kind of starting to make its way back up. Really just chopping around a little bit. If you zoom into the 1 minute, it is holding this level that I have marked off. So far, this is our 15-minute range low. Still early though, that could move. All right, well, that's why it's important to wait for the actual level that I want to hit. Because we probably could have taken a little quick scalp off of the London low, but it looks like it's coming back up for at least London high. Dang, I did that again. Coming back up for at least Asia high, if not continuation higher. Let's see how it reacts up here though. Might be able to take a little scalp short if it rejects from there. Let's see. No signs of selling yet. Nope, not yet. Yeah, this thing's moving beyond Asia high. Dang, we're going all-time high, you guys. Let's go. Goodness. It's gone, baby. It's gone. Ah, man. My trade. So this is the game plan I laid out in Discord. This level, I needed to be awake at about 4 o'clock this morning for my trade. Along right here would have been the play of the day. That's all right. There's always another opportunity. It's just annoying when the trade you wanted was just at a time I wasn't at my computer. Well, I guess we can delete these squiggly lines since that's not happening right now. Yartex, good for you, honestly. It is hard. It's hard to follow your rules. I get it. Like, I felt that pain yesterday a lot. But I think if you're able to look back and see how much money it's probably going to save you over a month or weeks or whatever, it's a good thing. But yeah, I felt it yesterday. When I signed off, remember, I was like, I've been not trading midday because I'm not as profitable. I take losses midday when the volume is low and liquidity is low. But the trade that I was waiting for happened at like 12:30. So it was annoying to finish with a small red because I was following my rules. Audio back. Can you guys hear me now? All right, it's back. And we're back. So I was answering a question, probably talking to myself, for TT from the 15-minute opening range high. It is the first 15 minutes of the market open. So from 9:30 Eastern to 9:45, you draw the high and low of that range. So I usually zoom into the 1-minute chart and I'll look at, for me, I'm Central Time, so 8:30 is my first candle, and then 8:44 would be the last candle, and you would draw that range. So as of now, this is our opening range high, assuming the next minute and a half doesn't break out of that range. Yeah, after market open. Well, at this point, I'm going to wait for the 15-minute opening range to be set and then kind of just be patient and wait for a pullback. We do have VWAP sitting right here. Also, this high volume node. So if it comes down maybe a little below VWAP and touches this high volume node and bounces, or it could come all the way down to the session VWAP here, which is towards the bottom of this high volume node. I would like that a little bit better. So maybe a pullback to 25,323. But with how bullish this is, that might be wishful thinking. So we'll see. See if it happens. $121 people watching. That might be a record. Super easy to get 100 likes if you guys hit that like button. I got a giveaway for today. Who wants a duck race on a Friday? I know Waffles does. 120 people, dude. I need to like start upping my joke game or something and start entertaining. Yartex is ready for a duck race. Trader Pro, hello. Good morning. Brick is in the house. What's up, man? Well, breaking out of that opening range high. Man, this is just all bulls. This thing is going to the moon. Might be a fun day where we just like hang out and chat about how bullish it is and then just do a duck race. Because I don't want to chase this thing and take a trade right now. Jeez. I was too greedy with my pullback wishes and I never got an entry. Previous day high sitting up here, which is all-time high. I'm not a fan of shorting all-time highs. So typically like a previous day high rejection liquidity grab kind of thing is typically a decent short idea. But I've been burned way too many times shorting all-time highs, so I ain't doing that. Yeah, Michigan sentiment is in 15 minutes, 14 minutes, which is the first time we've had news in 10 days or however long the government shutdown has been happening. So we can be patient and wait for that for now. Oh, Mohammed's talking trash in the chat. Mohammed's ready to beat waffles. I know, Yartex. I can't believe I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers. My husband was actually talking to me last night, and said that he was looking through his texts with me because he was looking for a recipe that I sent him. But he saw the screenshot that I sent him with like 1,100 subscribers, and it was the beginning of September. He's like, dang. Pretty crazy. Charlie, I felt that this morning. So I'm in Houston, Texas, where it's hot. And it still doesn't feel like fall for like most people who actually have fall. But I was sitting outside reading this morning in shorts and a t-shirt, and I was like, man, I could almost use a sweatshirt right about now. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was pretty chilly for me, for someone used to 90-degree weather lately. El Chowell, first time here. Welcome. Good morning, G-Man. Where you been, friend? Oh, I forgot. You have a job. You probably have responsibilities. That's no fun. Well, kind of came up close to all-time high, starting to round off a little bit. Normally that would be a decent short opportunity, kind of the 15-minute opening range breakout, fake out. I'm trying to short small position. Going to see if we can get back to VWAP. So bottom of this range is 324. I'll take off one there and see what happens. Too many people for you in Houston? Yeah, I don't live in Houston. I actually almost never go into the city of Houston unless it's for like an event or whatever. I just tell people I live in Houston because no one knows where I actually live. I'm about 40 minutes or so, 30 minutes, depending on where, outside of Houston. I'm not a super big fan of crowds and traffic and dealing with parking and all that stuff. Not a fan. I was never a fan when I was younger either. I've always kind of been a shy, introverted person. Even more so now that I have kids. And I have one crazy little kid that I would literally lose in a large crowd. Because he's very extroverted and he makes friends. And like I've lost him at the soccer field because he goes and makes friends and like he'll leave with a family. He wouldn't actually leave, but he was on the complete other end of the soccer field, like 800 meters away. And I couldn't find my child because he made new friends and just disappeared. So in a large crowd in the middle of Houston, I would probably lose my son. Well, put my order a little bit too low. Looks like it's bouncing at VWAP. I already put my stop loss at break even just because it is kind of going against the trend. I feel like we are going to make a new all-time high today. It is bouncing there. I'm going to close it and flip to long because that's what I was wanting to do, is wait for a retest of that level and go long. So it's stupid to be holding a short. You don't think he would leave? You do think he would leave? Yeah, he might. It depends on the family. It's trying to hold VWAP. Is it going to bounce? $345.5 is where I entered. Wonder if it's just waiting for news to come out. Might have been better to be patient and wait. Yeah, waffles. I grabbed a small short and then closed my position once it hit VWAP and the bottom of this high volume node that I have marked off. Because that was kind of the level I was looking for a pullback to enter long. Let's see if it holds though. It's chopping around quite a bit. I'm hoping it's just waiting for news to come out and then it pumps. That's my hope. We'll see what happens. Three minutes until news comes out. So far, it is holding VWAP. See if we get some continuation. Looks like we have a Fed speaker going on right now too. Fed Waller. Or no, that was earlier. I need to scroll to more recent stuff on Financial Juice. Fed Goolsby is done. I think we just have Michigan sentiment coming out in about a minute. So if this is an all-time high kind of day, I'll take off one at the all-time high and then leave some runners because who knows, it could just keep going. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. All right, gonna trail a little bit tighter. We're about to find out my fate. Well, that was kind of lackluster. That was the excitement for Michigan sentiment that we were waiting for. All right, 15-minute opening range high is at 377. If it breaks back above that, we should see that continuation that I'm in the trade for. It's above all the VWAPs. I don't see why we reject. I mean, there's not much volume up here to be resistance, but I guess that could have been bad news that came out. All right, this thing's going back down. That was interesting. Breaking below VWAP. So if this thing holds below VWAP, definitely could see some more downside. Still holding that level that I had though. Don't want to be too quick to jump into a short. This is pretty choppy and tricky right now. It got back above VWAP and held my level. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. We still have 1 minute left. That'll kind of help give a little more clues as to what's going on. Taking just 2 contracts long, put my stop loss right below that wick. If this 5-minute candle closes decent, like above VWAP, I might add. Goodness. 340.5 is where I took this second entry. Stop loss below that wick. It's still holding, you guys. It's, to me, I don't see a reason to short right now until it breaks below this level on VWAP. It's chopping around a bunch, though. Shez, are you talking about a failed auction on the top or the bottom? There's a decent failed auction set up on the bottom. That's the opening range low right now. Asia lows right there. That'd be a good little liquidity grab, fake out bounce. Oh, you're talking about from the top? I'm a scaredy cat shorting all-time highs because that would be all-time high. Coming up, liquidity grab from the all-time high and then short. I don't have the guts for that one. Where are we at? Breaking above VWAP. Still kind of chopping around. Not super strong. If you zoom to the 5-minute, lots of indecision there. Yeah, I'm in a long, but I'm only 2 contracts in, $100 risk, half of what I normally do. Because I'm still looking for longs. Like, I'm not looking for this thing to totally correct until proven guilty. But the reason I'm going small size is I could see it coming back down to the opening range low and possibly grabbing this Asia low liquidity before going long. I want to be ready for that trade if it happens. But if it goes from here, then I want to be on the ride. It's choppy though. It could go either way. Ronald, how long am I normally going to trade on average? Number of minutes. Average is probably like 12 minutes, but there's a wide range. I would say my losers are typically shorter, but I do have some that have been like a couple hours long. I'm not much of a super quick scalper though. Like sometimes I see people in the chat and they're like, I just took 3 scalps and it was a 10-minute period. I can't do that. Yeah, Verisad is one of those people. He's taken 15 scalps so far in the open, and it's been 41 minutes. That's awesome. It works, obviously. $300 that's exciting. I mean, you should be proud of that. If I tried to scalp 15 times over the last 45 minutes, I would be $300 red. I'm not good at that. Not at all. Well, still stuck in this chop. Both of the VWAPs are kind of flattening out. I think I'm going to trim my stop loss a little bit tighter. Because really, if it breaks below this high volume node, then I don't want to be in it. And that's below VWAP too. 319. And then I'll add one more. All right, looks like it's coming back down now. Thunter, hi. Yartex, I feel that for sure. When I first started trading, it was bad. I actually worked with a mentor for a while, and over trading was one of the main things I needed to work on. And I had like 18 trades some days. So when he had me start journaling, it immediately cut my trades like in half because of that. I was like, I don't want to have to write 18 different trades that I'm taking. That's a lot of work. Oh my goodness. Make a decision already. I have been trading for right about a year. I started in September 2024, so a little over a year. There we go. All right, now it's definitely breaking below VWAP and that support level. So at this point, what I'm going to be watching for is this opening range low. If it comes down and grabs this Asia low, so it's like a liquidity grab and it bounces back up, I would possibly be looking for a long. If it drops below that, then might have to change the goal or what I'm watching for. Opening range low is this white line. Asia low is the second one. We do still have about 13 minutes until the initial balance is officially set, so that wouldn't technically be a failed auction, but it would be a decent liquidity grab. Just something I'd be watching for. It's interesting that we came so close to all-time high and then didn't quite make it. Watching this general area right here to see what happens. If we break below that, we have this high volume node and London low area. That could be a good spot for a bounce too. So these two spots, kind of watching there. Taking a short, going to put my stop loss right above the top of that high volume node that I had. Potentially targeting Asia low. If it gets heavy and keeps going, we could target London low. Jeez, you guys. Interesting. All right, I'm going to wait until the initial balance is set. Get some more levels, more info. Waffles just wants to trade. Leave me alone. It's coming up to the New York anchored VWAP and starting to reject. But chopping around all over the place. Do I always trade on a similar time or a smaller time frame? Yeah, I usually try to keep it on the 5-minute chart most of the time, and then I'll zoom out to like the 15-minute and see what's going on, or the 1 hour, just to kind of get a bigger picture of the story. But in terms of like taking a trade, it's on the 5-minute usually. Oh my gosh, look at that 4-hour level right there. 25,358. Pretty much solid level. Like I could put a ruler on that right there. It's chopping around in the middle of the range right now. It's already tripped me up a couple times, so I'm going to wait until it gets to the bottom of the range, see what happens down here. If it continues lower, watch what happens down there. Or if it ends up going up, see what happens at the top of the range. This is pretty gross price action, you guys. Well, remember on the 4 hour, that level I was talking about, like 358-ish. If it starts to close above there, this could get interesting. It's definitely stuck at that 350 level. Just come down and grab some of this liquidity so we can actually get a good bounce. Get some movement. You guys are recruiting for those likes. I gotta get the form ready. Let me get that going because you guys are close. All right, got the form done. Oh, did you guys get to 100? Nice. Exactly 100. Hurry before they unlike. Hey, Donna. Welcome. Paul, we're doing a top one futures 50K account. Duck race, duck race, duck race. You guys are funny. All right, let me grab this link. I'll put it in the chat and give you guys a chance to fill it out. There you go. I just pinned it at the top of the chat. Man, if this thing ever gets out of the chop and decides to go down, I would love to look for a long. Now that the initial balance has been set, I do like the idea of it coming down to this initial balance low and grabbing this Asia low liquidity and bouncing from there. Could be a decent setup if it ever gets down there. It's got some work to do to keep moving. Purple and yellow LSU ducks. That would be fun. If they had a duck race with like college colors or something. Or like NFL teams or whatever. That would be fun. Now we're asking for a lot with like a free internet duck race thing. In Jabalu, is it international? You're in South Africa. Good question. So it's top one futures. I don't know what their country restrictions are for South Africa, but if you can normally trade with top futures, then you should be good. I don't know though. Does your country have restrictions on prop firms? Am I an LSU alumni? No, I'm not. I went to A&M, Texas A&M. I'm an Aggie. I'll give you guys until like 4 more minutes. 10:40. I'll pull the names for the duck race. So if you guys stepped away from your computer, when I put it in the chat, there is a giveaway form in the pinned comment. Fill that out and I'll put your name on a duck and we'll race. It'll be fun. Oh, here we go. Let's see if this candle actually holds. Get out of the chop. Come on. Close outside of the chop. Don't just wick. Get out of this boringness. Aw, come on. Are you gonna wick back up into the choppiness? That's no fun. Get out of there. Well, that was annoying. There was that big sell-off, and then it bounced. I thought we were actually going to get somewhere. Nope, we're sucked right back into it. It's still holding above VWAP. This thing does not want to come down. Wicks on both sides. Look at that 15-minute chart. Nobody knows what's going on. Last call, you guys. 1 more minute. Go fill out that form, and we'll do a duck race here. If we all get together, it'll go down. Yeah, the problem is most of the people in the chat are in a sim account, so nope, we're not really going to affect the market with our trades. After this last 5 minutes, we should be able to go somewhere. You would have thought that on any of the previous 5-minute candles. Look at that consolidation. So it's between the overnight VWAP, that blue line, and then this light blue line is the New York anchored VWAP. Consolidating right in there. Lots of wicks. I'm not convinced, Mr. Candle, until you actually close like strong. Don't tempt me and think you're going down and then it just pulls right back up. You're lying. Liar. All right, G-Man, if you win, I'll message you. I know I'll put it out there, you guys. The giveaway form says must be present to win, but G-Man's an OG. So I'll make an exception for some of you guys. All right. Pulling everyone's names. Where did that form go? Too many screens open. I lost the form. Hold on. Brick will take it off your hands, G-Man. No worries. We got you. We'll figure out a good home for your giveaway. All right, we got 3 minutes left on this candle. Is it actually gonna go somewhere? All right, let me sort your guys' names real quick and make sure there's no duplicates. No duplicates. I know I saw a couple new people who have never done a duck race before, or at least they were new to the channel. Oh, Shez, you're gonna miss it. All right, guys, y'all ready? Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. We got a queen bee duck over there. Peyton got a little construction hard hat on. Some of y'all's ducks didn't even come to play. They're like off the screen back there. Oh, Eddie's making a move. Might be too early. You still got 40 seconds. Oh, Waffles, you got a purple duck. Uh-oh, uh-oh. 12 seconds. Olure is making a move. Oh, man, that was quite the from behind move right there. Whoa. That was a strong finish. All right. Who's that? The YouTube name for that person. Are you in the chat? Oh, YouTube name is Olure. Sorry, I'm probably saying it wrong. Are you in the chat? Are you here? No, Cashly, it's automatic. Yay, you're here. Cool. Yeah, I know I just put everyone's name on the list, and it's kind of like a spin the wheel random type of thing. It's just a whole lot more fun than watching a wheel spin. Lear, sorry. Are you in the Discord group? Are you on Discord? If you are, send me a DM, and I'll get you connected with your account. Yeah, that was quite the from behind move. That was nice. Man, that was a fake out, you guys. I mean, there's fake outs on both directions, honestly. But before we started the duck race, this candle right here looked, I mean, it was going all the way down. That's the bottom of the wick. That was a strong red candle. And then it closed looking like it wanted to go back up. This is super choppy. Yeah, Waffles lost it at the end. She forgot to take her pre-workout. Cool. I'll connect with you in Discord. I'll check my messages after the stream. Well, there's no trades to be taken in the middle of this choppiness. That's pretty ugly. So at this point, I'm just going to set an alert at I'll set one at the 15-minute opening range high. Really, I would want to take a trade closer to the initial balance high if we get up there. But this will kind of just alert me to come see the charts, look at the charts. And then I'll set one at the initial balance low down here. And if either of those gets hit, I'll come see what kind of reactions we're getting. This is pretty ugly, guys. That last 5-minute candle made it look like it wants to go back up. The duck race is more exciting than this market. Absolutely. Came back up to that 25,350 level. Remember I pointed it out on the 4-hour? Are we actually going to get a closure above there? Or is it just coming up to reject again? Yeah, I feel you, Waffles. This is not fun. You guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. This is ugly. I don't like it. I don't want to trade it. You guys go enjoy the weekend. Go get outside, enjoy some fresh air, and I'll see you back on Monday. All right? Have a good one, you guys. Take care.